Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today we're going to be diving into some end games from the final series of the World Championship between Nouns Esports and Blvckhvnd. And specifically, we're going to be doing our best to break down the end game, but looking at Junglebook on the CINDERACE. I know that I saw it. I'm sure some of y'all saw it, and if you were in the watch party with me, you probably heard me talk about it. Junglebook played out of his mind in these games. He had crazy CINDERACE positioning. It's like his #1 pick, his best pick, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. So we're gonna kind of break down these end games. I want to show off some things specifically, or really pinpoint if I see some things that I know I'm looking for. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. So drop a like on it, drop a comment on what you're thinking, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So let's go ahead and dive into it. We're just looking at the end games. This is the final series, 2:30 on the clock. You can see a hyperspace hole opening up to bring the Trevenant down, just making sure they can get some good positioning, hold that bottom goal. And it's a close game, right? You know, experience wise, I'd say it's pretty close, maybe in Blvckhvnd's favor because they have a level 14 CINDERACE. Those experience, those levels can definitely make a difference. But let's see the positioning. You can see people are pulling inward. Bruv is checking the bush. You can see, yeah, everybody's just starting to pull inward, and they want to have some decent positioning. And we're going to be, again, looking at the CINDERACE the best that we can. And actually, you know what? I might even pull up my Epic pen to draw on the screen a little bit. So, because I do want to Steve Madden this up a little bit, you know what I mean? So let's go on ahead and take a look. I'm going to keep this little bar up for a bit. All right, so the fight starts off. Let's actually bust this out a little bit back a second. So the fight breaks, and we have Elo dropping the Hoopa Unite move. So let's see how that starts. We get the back from the Trevenant, and the Elo Unite move comes out. And the reason for that is you want to start the fight off strong, you want to bring all your teammates in, and we can see on the map, let's actually get my pen here. You can see on the map, we have the CINDERACE right here. Maybe a little bit too big for this. All right, so we have the CINDERACE coming up from the bottom bush. So let's see how this fight breaks. All right, so CINDERACE is going to be under slash down on the bottom side, and we can see they're starting to tap over at Geese a little bit. And so there's Junglebook right here. Now, the biggest thing about this, and this is really the thing that I wanted to outline, was how Junglebook plays when there is this really heavy all-rounder presence, specifically Serena. So let's watch this. Okay, so they're really pushing forward. Adesu's taking so much damage already, so the fight really has kind of just been in their favor. But here we can see the Serena. I believe this is Redmaw on Serena, kind of diving over the wall, drop kicking over the wall, and presumably going to be going straight for Junglebook. So as he dives in, we see Junglebook full heal. Just instant, just really quick full heal. And this was some of the biggest full heals, perfectly well-timed, well-positioned full heals. So watch the Serena, dives over the wall pretty soon, dives over the wall. There's the full heal right here, and look at that, cancels the Unite move. I'm pretty sure she reaches for the Unite move there. I'm 99% positive, and this is the biggest thing. Okay, using the Epic pen's a little inconvenient, so I'm not going to do that, but just look at it again, watch it. She dives the wall, dives in, full heal. Yeah, Unite move gets canceled. So now there's a end game team fight, really close game, you know, within 13 points of each other, and Redmaw has no Unite move, and they were already getting poked out. If you look at the front side, the build of this team, they have good tank, good support, really good support, you know, a really heavy front line. They have Aegislash that can kind of peel back, has some CC, does good damage, and then they have Junglebook that they can just kind of sit around and pocket the whole time in order to keep safe. So they're getting consistent DPS out without having to be overcommittal. They can kind of step their way forward and get that DPS out, but at the same time, they can use the kind of the tanky, supporty front line to keep Junglebook safe and force a play like this to happen. So Redmaw dives in, gets full healed, and then this is where Junglebook just goes crazy. I mean, there's nothing for Redmaw to do. He can't kill him. He's getting pocketed. He's getting healed. He has the stim on, so he's running faster, and he is just blowing through this fight. So you know, that's really all there is to it. Like, the fight started off with the Desu getting kind of bursted. They got the cap in from Kiryu, so they could bring him in with Elo's Unite move, and now they're ripping. And the thing is that they have a lot of discipline. This is how you close out fights, but that early opener really is what won them the fight. Look, they force him to come in because they're ripping, and now they just have enough discipline to close the fight out by actually killing the people they need to kill. So look, instead of hitting Zapdos there, they're going to work on killing a Desu because they don't want a Desu to steal. So they force him. The spectator was laggy, and then boom, they get it. Now Slowbro almost steals it, but a really, really good execution. So all right, here we are on game number 2, and the stage is a little bit set. Blvckhvnd just presumably has been I kind of forget how the series went, but Blvckhvnd's presumably doing very well this game. They have both their tier 1 towers up. They have a nice 100+ point lead, and they have Nouns kind of on the back foot a little bit here. Now the team comp has changed a little bit. I want to say that this team comp is less flip centric because they don't have the Dragonite from the side of Nouns on the right hand side now, but they have a lot of dive, right? Like, they have good support with Hoopa to get them places, to move them around the map. They have Serena, Blastoise, Trevenant, Mime, right? Like, and Mime, Bruv's like signature character, they have a lot of dive. Now the only change coming out from the side of Blvckhvnd is they have a Trevenant, or they, instead of a Trevenant, they have a Lucario. So they have a Lucario and a Aegislash. So they're still keeping like a nice front line. They're still staying relatively tanky and like building that front line, but they have the Pocket Blissey, they have the Hoopa, and so 2:45 on the clock. We can see obviously these teams are going to be getting prepared for Zapdos, and we're going to try to again watch Junglebook, because this is what I'm talking about, man. These plays from Junglebook are quite literally what won them the fight. Obviously it's, you know, teamwork and the way that they play, but you know, if you can't do this on Cinderace, if you can't play this way, then it's rough. So let's see, 25 seconds left on the clock until the final stretch happens for game number 2, and we'll see what kind of blessings we get from the spectator. All right, so here we go. This is the game that the spectating was a little sus, I think, so we may miss a bit of it, but I'm going to try to see if we can get something out of it. So they're playing very forward. We're just looking at Overlord, even though they had someone jumped over the wall, so you can already see some of the damage coming out. And look at that. So Junglebook, again, starts off with getting so much damage, and that's what I really like about having the Cinderace in these kind of comps, is that you get damage on the entry, right? Like, if they step forward to start the fight, you're just getting some good damage. As long as you have Slash Can there close by, as long as you have Elo close by, you should be okay, because you're going to get some kind of a support, you know, some kind of support from that. So he takes a little bit of damage, they take a hyperspace hole, he takes a hyperspace hole. So we're kind of resetting with Nouns coming in from the bottom. You can see on the map that whoever their Blastoise player is was ported back to base. So, you know, we have 2 hyperspace holes are now on cooldown, and final stretch is 2 seconds in. Junglebook has taken this, you know, like what, 1/4 of his health, 1/3 of his health reset, and let's take a look at the fight. So they're coming in on the bottom, kind of spanning out. Yeah, this is the game. I remember the spectator's gonna look at Bruv scoring, and we miss like the opener of the fight. So presumably we have, okay, yeah, well, look, the first Unite move, I literally just saw it. I was going to say, presumably we have a Unite move come out from one of the Hoopas to start the fight. That's usually how it happens. So Hoopa from Nouns pops the Unite move and is going to pull Bruv in. So we have a Trevenant Unite move, a counter Hoopa Unite move. So we miss all of this, but we've had 3 Unite moves pop off at the start of this fight, and Bruv actually just walking in. And I'm really like, I'm looking for Junglebook. I can see his image here, so he's probably in this mash right here in the center, and he already kills Redmaw. So we missed all of it, but presumably they start the fight by just trying to slam into Blvckhvnd, or Blvckhvnd tries to take advantage of the fact that Nouns isn't all fully grouped. And either which way, no matter how you look at it, look at the health of Blvckhvnd, where I'm not exactly sure if it's Overlord or like Kyrios that's on the Trevenant or the Aegislash. It's probably Kyrios, but whoever their Trevenant player is, who's basically a big frontline for them, is really, really low, but they've already completely traded what, 3 Unite moves, and the Serena dies with the Unite move. So you have to assume that Junglebook full healed it again, or was able to avoid it, or get enough damage to kill before the Serena got to him. So unfortunately we missed this one, but as we're watching, we see the Unite move come out onto Junglebook, and he's getting completely dove, and he's trying to stay alive as long as he can. He can't actually stay alive with this one, so they built a nice dive comp to deal with him, but the rest of the team is just strong. So yeah, it is Kyrios. Adesu, you know, he's got some damage, and yeah, he can definitely be annoying here as it's getting a little bit flippy. Neither one of these teams has the best secure outside of the, I would say, maybe Blastoise ult or Aegislash. So Aegislash gets it. So Kyrios, very nice job. I mean, the execute from like the boosted autos is nice. So as people stayed alive and it wasn't a fully clean fight, they just play for the best secure they have. But again, I want to watch this one back. We can't really see a ton of it, but you can see the fight breaks. Red Maw, let's watch him as he moves. Like let's try to focus on Red Maw. So Red Maw dives in, we see one drop kick, and then look, wait, I don't know what happens. He's just dead. Boom, he's dead. So he doesn't get his Unite move off. And again, I want to attribute at least a good amount of that to potentially a full heal, or at least just good positioning from Junglebook and /Can in order to keep him alive and not allow that Serena ult to go off. Serena's an amazingly strong character, but you can only get it off if you can get it off. So, all right. We do have Aegislash here. Again, we'll go ahead and finish this one up. Boom. Nice. Nice and clean. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can skip forward to game number 3 really quickly. Don't really need to do a cut. All right, 3 minutes on the clock. This one, Blvckhvnd favored again. Similar comp from both teams. Kind of going back to the game 1 comp that Blvckhvnd had, a mixture of comfortable picks and like a game 2 comp from Nouns Esports. They have now the Sylveon, so they've kind of abandoned their Dragonite play, and we have 2:40 on the clock. So we will see what's going on. We'll actually even skip forward a little bit more. All right, 25 seconds left. You can see they're equally kind of positioned. They both have a tier 1 tower up in bottom lane, so that's good. So they both can kind of like rely on that if they need to. But Blvckhvnd does have a nice little lead. He's going to go ahead and Junglebook's going to go ahead and get his buffs. And I'm really hoping we can get some good camera time on him. Everybody has their Unite moves up. Final stretch is 5 seconds. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so Elo has to kind of kite around. He's taking some damage. They're kind of catching Kyrios a little bit. So Kyrios is taking some damage. Unfortunately, he can't get a reset. There's no more reset for him. So Kyrios would have to either base and come back with a Unite move. And Overlord going in, being that front line, nice CC. And look at this, right there, full heal ult, boom. It was beautiful. Every time Junglebook steps forward, you know that he's going to poke, he's going to force action, he's going to be getting pocketed by Slash, and then boom, good positioning, perfectly timed full heal is basically winning them the fight. And actually, I think I'm seeing his camera pop off, which I don't even think I noticed. So let's watch it again. Watch his positioning. And watch how Red Maw tries to react. I can't really see him now. He's over here. He's in the bush over here behind the map. And then just watch for it again. So, all right, there's Red Maw. We see Junglebook stepping up for auto attacks. Trop kick, full heal, Unite move, boom. And look at that, Junglebook popping off in the camera. I actually love that dude. He played these 3 games of Cinder so amazingly. One of the best Cinder players. I mean, the best Cinder player in the world, I suppose you could say. And he's always been a Cinder. He didn't pull it out the whole tournament until this series. He didn't play Cinder the entire tournament, at least from what I saw. And they just win cleanly. They have a strong comp, a good front line, good damage. They have solid support, and then they have amazing positioning and full heal timing. So they get that. They close out the series. Blvckhvnd becomes the world champion with a 3-0 finish from the winners bracket. So Nouns had to beat them 6 games. Blvckhvnd only had to win the 3, and that's what they do. So friends, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. It's crazy. It's crazy. I remember seeing Junglebook play like this, and I just thought, I don't know, man. That's just insane. But it's the teamwork too. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely the teamwork. /Can having solid positioning, Elo having solid positioning, the front line coming out from Kyrios and Overlord to kind of like fill the tank role with like double all-rounders, or playing the Trevenant whenever Kyrios is playing like Trevenant. I'm not exactly sure what his build was, but if he's like full tank or damage, probably like a little mix. But really, really impressive. So friends, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe for future Pokemon Unite content. As always, be sure to be kind to one another. Tell someone you love them. And I'll see you in the next video.